today, guys, this is very exciting. June 30th, the last day of June. It's the last day of Pride. And finally, we can go back to 330 some odd days of shame, which frankly are much better. But when people talk about social justice just going completely off the rails, obviously there's been all these Pride parades the last couple of weeks. Check out this clip. Is this from New York City Pride? Yeah, this is from New York City Pride. And listen to what these people are chanting. All right, I suppose the quiet part out loud. I assume that was a man with the breasts. There were guys hanging out with their wangs out in front of children, all of the stuff. You know, guys, when I booked this show and happened to be today, the last day of Pride, I didn't even realize, actually, the three of us happened to be gay. I would just say happen to be because we're all friends, and it actually doesn't really come up that often when we're having dinner or having drinks or whatever. It's just a part of our lives. But this LGBT thing has done something so freaking dangerous, I would say to us, that it is starting to become personal to me. Peter, how do we separate from the lunatics here before the decent people on the right, who I think have come a long way on a lot of this stuff, start turning on the average the average G and B and L?
Well, for starters, I think we all need to return our membership cards because I no longer want to be part of this group anymore. This is absolutely crazy. But I think it's really nice that you're seeing more and more people who are gay, who are lesbian or bisexual, rejecting this narrative that is so extreme, and also that it has embraced transgenderism, which, as we've discussed, is a completely different part of human experience. I mean, it's never had anything to do with sexuality. It's not actually part of sexuality. It's something completely different. So I think it's really nice for people like yourselves, like Douglas, to speak up, to address these things and really tackle them head on and disassociate and moderate and modulate the narrative that's happening.
Douglas, what do we do about this situation? I think, if I'm not mistaken, you tweeted about it not too long ago, like this thing where I can sense that people on the right who came a long way, maybe they weren't cheering gay marriage, but it happened and then they were just like, all right, live your life, just, you know, stay away from our kids in essence. You don't have to teach people this, just live your life, which is what I thought a just movement for equality was all about. That's what I'm concerned about, that because of the way these letters have been mashed together, they're going to turn. And I don't know what the force field against that will be.
Well, first of all, I never had membership of this.
Yeah, no, me neither. I'm just saying they jam these freaking letters together. Yeah.
And there also is no such thing as an LGBTQIA plus person. There just isn't. They don't exist. Yeah. It's a total clown car made up of a bunch of, now dominated certainly by a bunch of very angry misfits. That clip you showed there, was there a single gay man in that clip? I don't think so.
Right.
So I could see it was people who call themselves queer, who very often are actually straight and anarchists in some way. They have no connection to gay men or gay women. They believe that they need to draw attention to themselves and bring down the patriarchy and everything like that. That has nothing to do with being gay. I wrote about this in The Madness of Crowds, where I said then there's always been a divide in the gay rights movement, as there was in the civil rights movement, between people who believed in basic equality and that was it, and those who believed that it was the beginning of a step to pull down society. Now, the Reverend Martin Luther King and others dealt with this in the civil rights movement and got that out. Unfortunately, in the gay rights movement, after the point of victory, basically, these misfits have taken over because everybody else has got a life to get on with.